in eastern Ukraine. The Ukrainian interior minister and journalists accompanying him forced to run for cover. Their convoy had come under shell fire close to areas controlled by the Russian-backed separatists. Ukraine says these are Russia's attempts to provoke it to strike back and provide a pretext for war, and Boris Johnson agrees. The president told the gathering the time for appeasing Russia was over.
For 8 years, Ukraine has been a shield. For 8 years, Ukraine has been holding back one of the greatest armies in the world, which stands along our borders, not the borders of the European Union.
Definition of muscle flexing? This. A 100 miles from Ukraine's border, Russia and Belarus are holding joint exercises on an unprecedented scale. NATO says it's the biggest deployment of Russian troops in Belarus since the Cold War. At least 10,000 Russian soldiers within easy reach of Ukraine.
Russia insists that these exercises are purely defensive. Ukraine says this is psychological pressure at the very least. And at most, well, there is concern in Kiev and in the West that if there is a full-scale attack on Ukraine, then Russian troops in Belarus could be part of that.
America seems to think so. Vladimir Putin told army chiefs. Pause. And they began. The president oversaw drills by Russia's strategic nuclear forces, showing off his country's state-of-the-art missiles. A message, perhaps, to Russia's rivals, and not a subtle one, that for now at least, the Kremlin is in no mood to compromise. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Minsk.
How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Predit, OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real talk, true season. Moving away from COVID and back to war. Moving away from COVID and back to war. So Boris Johnson's already come out saying, we're shutting down everything now. We're going back to normal. You know the ones there. You don't need to self-isolate. Don't worry about COVID. Don't worry about the Omicron. Don't worry about none of the variants. The Brazilian variant, the Wuhan variant. You know the ones there. The South African variant. Don't worry about no variants. It's cool now, you lot. You get me? Like, it was in the air and now it's not. It was affecting people and now it's not. What we are doing though, we're going back to war because we still need to colonize certain countries and take them over so we can get this new world order going. And some of the countries are being absolutely pricks and they're getting on my nerves. You know what's there? Because we only want one currency. And right now, they're not allowing this whole thing to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to create more war. Make you guys believe that they're attacking us because it's terrorists again. These guys are terrorists. Russia's terrorists now and everybody's a terrorist again. So once again, moving away from COVID, going to war. So my whole plan thing is now, is this was the plan all along, to shut us down for 2 years, make us be disengaged in the sense of reality, in the sense of what's going on around us. So now that we're back out, we don't even care that we're going to war. We don't even care that we probably will be sending troops over to fight a war that has nothing to do with us. Like Boris is talking about, it's going to fall up on our shores. Have you seen where Ukraine is on the map? And have you seen where Great Britain is on the map? And you're talking about we're neighbours. No. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe France is my neighbour. You know the ones there? Like maybe the couple of the European countries that's around us. Probably. You know ones there? Ireland and them man there. You know? Like, man's talking about Ukraine, you know one's there. Okay, cool. And man's talking about bloodshed. So when we're talking about bloodshed, that means bloodshed, but that also means money. That also means there's no money that's not made out of no war. So when they're sitting there talking about they don't want war, of course they want war. Because war creates money. War creates debt for other countries that allows them to be in so many debt years and billions and years afterwards. Why do you think Africa, why do you think so many of these countries are still paying man out? Because they got into war one time, England and America will come over and say, listen, we'll fund your thing. We'll give you all the squalor you need, yeah? We'll even throw some troops in there, yeah? All we're asking is, we're going to build up a little plot of land. We're going to take your oil because of the money that you owed us. And you're never going to be able to repay it. So just suck it up and we can work. So they suck it up and work. Some people come in and some people are like, no, I'm not really feeling that. And that's the reasons why presidents and all the rest of it get taken out, because you're not complying, because you're not listening to what I just said to you. So we're going to put someone else in position that's going to allow us to run around in their countries. How comes that Great Britain and America, if you go to every single country, they've got an air base and a force and all the rest of it within inside everyone's country? What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Man's talking about we're trying to make sure that everything's safe and everyone's behaving themselves. Oh, really? When did we say that you lot are the keepers of the world? When did we lot say that you lot are the keepers of other countries? It's funny how it's a big world, but there's loads of people and loads of countries trying to control it. What's you guys' thoughts? Do you believe all this hoax and posts? Do you feel like really right now that we're going to war and anyone's at threat? No one's at threat. We've been here for 2 years. Everyone's been locked down for 2 years. What's anyone done? No one ain't done nothing to nobody. So it's funny how now we're all going to war. When Afghanistan was going to war and all the rest of it, no one doesn't care when innocent people are being dropped. So we can keep talking about, yeah, we're going to war, going to war. With who? With who? Innocent people that are now caught in the crossfire because these kind of people are fighting over oil, fighting over money, fighting over territory, fighting over more land, more space. There's enough space for everyone, no? No? The world's big enough, no? Not enough space? There's enough space. But everybody wants to make sure that they're putting their little stamp on it. Everyone wants to make sure that everyone's talking their language, their currency, their money. They want to be superior. They want to be the superior race. And it makes me sick. What's you guys' thoughts? Comment below.